Oh my god. This was my exact reaction when I opened my phone. So I went for a walk, and upon going for a walk, I get back home, I open my phone, I think I opened YouTube or Instagram, and then I saw the news. I could not believe my eyes. Like my reaction, I just started singing, I cannot believe my eyes. That was literally my reaction. I don't know how to feel. I don't, I feel good. I know I shouldn't feel good, but I feel good. And I will explain why I said I know I shouldn't feel good later. But let's go through it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take us through this. So the first thing to happen was that Tottenham Hotspur released a statement. The Spurs announced that Daniel Levy has stepped down from his role as executive chairman of Tottenham Hotspur after nearly 25 years. There are no changes to the ownership or shareholder structure of the club. Then, Daniel Levy on stepping down as Spurs executive chairman. I am incredibly proud of the work I have done together with the executive team and all our employees. We have built this club into a global heavyweight, competing at the highest level. More than that, we have built a community. I was lucky enough to work with some of the greatest people in the sport, from the team at Lily White House and Hotspur Way to all the players and managers over the years. I wish to thank all the fans that have supported me over the years. It hasn't always been an easy journey, but significant progress has been made. I will continue to support this club passionately. Then, another statement. With Daniel Levy stepping down as the executive chairman, Charrington, comes in as the Tottenham Hotspur non-executive chairman, with CEO Vinay, I can't pronounce his name, leading the day-to-day running of Spurs. Peter Charrington said, I'm very honored to become non-executive chairman of this extraordinary club, and on behalf of the board, I would like to thank Daniel and his family for their commitment and loyalty to the club over so many years. This is a new era of leadership for the club on and off the pitch. I do recognize there has been a lot of change in recent months as we put in place new foundations for the future. We are fully focused on stability and empowering our talented people across the club, led by Vinay and his executive team. Then another, this was by Rob Harris and Sky News. He said, sources close to the Lewis family on Levy's departure. Generations of the Lewis family support the Special Football Club, and they want what the fans want: more wins, more often. This is why you have seen recent changes: new leadership, a fresh approach. In Vinay, Thomas Frank, and Peter Charrington, they believe they are backing the right team to deliver on this. This is a new era. The key thing I want to highlight here in this statement is more wins more often. Because as much as I feel like they are saying something, they are not really saying anything. Like, what does they want? What the fans want? More wins more often. What does that mean? You could win games and not win trophies. Like if you look at um City Group when they took over at City, their statement was they want to win trophies. More wins more often is vague. I don't know what that means. That is saying something without saying anything. Um, there are no current plans to sell Tottenham Hotspur with plans. There are no. This is Alistair Gold. So there are no current plans to sell Tottenham Hotspur with plans instead to push the club forward on the pitch. Daniel Levy's exit as the sports chairman is believed to be the final part of the owner's plans in a huge sum of change. Sammy Mokbel. The decision for Levy to step down was taken out of his hands. The Tavistock Group, which is owned by the Lewis family, has agreed for Levy to leave his position amid a belief that change will help the ambitions of greater and sustained sporting success. Younger generations of the Lewis family, Vivian and Charlie, who are just children, have been key in making the decision. Levy will remain the shareholder of ENIC, but will cease to have any direct involvement with the club. The share structure of ENIC will remain unchanged. I find all this very interesting because while a lot of people are excited, I am happy. But do I feel like this is the best thing since sliced bread? Not really. Because while we've seen significant investment, and I say the significant investment in commerce, considering the likes of Moani and Paulinia were on loan, we finished 17th. There was no way, there wasn't in any way, shape, or form going to be significant investment. Do you get what I'm saying? So that maybe I'm just being negative. Maybe I'm just taking everything with a pinch of salt and I don't want to believe everything I see. But personally, I do think that after finishing 17th, there is meant to be. And all these things I've seen, they haven't necessarily stated that they want to win. There hasn't been even the statements competing on all four fronts. I don't know what that means. Compete, want to build Champions League players, want Champions League quality players, want to do this, want to compete. They're saying a lot of things without actually saying anything, in my opinion. And I feel like, yeah, a lot of people are excited that Livia has gone, but me, I look at this thing differently. I look at it as okay, Livia's gone, but Enoch is still here. And it's not like I have a problem with Enoch, but if Enoch are ready to match my ambition for my club, then I have no problem. But a situation where Enoch are here to just make the numbers, which it seems like from all the statements and all the things I've heard, to me, it seems like that. I wouldn't make too much of it, to be honest. So yeah, that is just how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. But there are some um things that have been making me second guess. Now I'm just um dropping different um scenarios here. But if you guys think back to the overlap interview with what's his name? Gary Neville. He hinted that some of the things that he has done, he feels like will be more appreciated after he's gone, like after he has left the club. And I found that very interesting. And now looking back in hindsight, of course, it's obvious that he probably already knew that he was going to leave the club, and which is why he was saying things like that. And I feel like for the first time, arguably ever, we saw Levy doing interviews. And that's not something that I've ever really seen Levy doing. He did interviews with Vinay, with um what's his name? Gary Neville and all this and that. And I think he sort of was trying to save face as much as possible. Um, there is this saying that as a political leader in general, actually, if you lead for 4 years and in the 3 years you give the people the worst 3 years of their lives, or in the fourth year they have the best year of their life, they will forget the last 3 years and remember the fourth year. And I think that that was what a person like Daniel Levy, who is a smart man and has very good PR people around him, Vina as well being one of them, was trying to do. That's what I think. And I find that very interesting because now it makes sense that somebody who doesn't normally do interviews is now doing interviews with Gary Neville, is now doing interviews with Vinay, and basically farewell interviews. Now that I look back at it in hindsight. But while like I said, that I feel like, to me personally, I don't want to buy into all of it. I do think that there is a different way to look at this, in the sense that I don't think that a player like Romero will um, commit to the club if um, I'm coming. I'm trying to check for it for you guys. Um, I'm coming. I'm trying to check for it, so I'll share my screen. Yeah. So a player like Romero, who is a very vocal player on whatever, I don't think he's one that shies away from a lot of these things. And he made some very interesting statements after, yeah, a player like Romero signing contracts, a contract extension, was very interesting. And I say this because, now let's get into the statement. When Thomas Frank was appointed, the day Thomas Frank was appointed, he made a comment on his Instagram. So he said